This is my Honda Deauville 650. Small job turned massive, as always happens with these old ones. So I've got a few issues I want to show you today that I will try and repair. First of all, the luggage boxes. If you guys have one of these, you most likely know that they almost never work and the hinges almost always fail. So first things first, this might be a reason why my locks don't really work and I struggle to open and close the lids, and I'm gonna try and fix it, and I will show you how I've done it, if I've done it. Always try and find videos about doing stuff like this, but when I don't, I try and make them myself. So keep me your fingers crossed, and hopefully we'll be able to fix it. Now that I took the actual mechanism off, the issue is fairly obvious. Now, I thought at first that these rods might have been broken or something, or loose or worn, but it's obvious that the problem is the plastic. So I've got, where are they? There it is. So as you can tell, the problem is silly camera. So problem is these. Now they've ripped off from inside the fairings. Now this ain't gonna be easy to fix, but I need to do something that they at least stay closed. I'm actually not interested in using them, but I really do need to have them closed, because otherwise, I don't know, I guess it's just new panniers otherwise, isn't it? Right, let me try and figure something out. Maybe I can invent something, and then I will show you if I do. Right, so that's pretty secure. The heads of these bolts are quite flush. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take my angle grinder and I will make these flush. So I'm gonna draw a line here and I'm gonna cut this part off because the lid will go over it. So this is actually in my way. Same thing on this side. Now although I've made, it's got 4 holes, 4 screws, I won't be bothered with this one because my drill won't go straight because I don't have one long enough, so it'll go angled. So instead of getting a screw angled through, I'll just leave 3. That's more than enough. It'll last. This fixed job will last more than the bike itself. So I am pleased enough with it if it's gonna work. Now I'm gonna take these 2 out because if I cut them on the part, I'm gonna just melt the plastic. And after I cut them, I'm gonna put them back in, assemble everything, and then I'll show you at the end if it's a good solution or not. So I'll be back soon. I will now measure and make a small crease in this seal so it can be flush once again. So this needs to be cut off a little bit just to go underneath the head of my bolt. This is surprisingly difficult to cut. You always say that before you cut your finger off, don't you? This doesn't really cut, and then ah! Yep, been there, done that. So that's pretty much what I need. Now I'll just try to cut across. Now, don't have to mention that you have to be very careful while you do this. Never cut with the blade towards your finger. Always keep your finger behind the blade, but sometimes it just doesn't want to go as you plan it. I'm actually scared a little bit, just have my fingers too close to this very sharp blade. I'm not gonna cut my finger off, but it's gonna hurt like a mother. There you go. So now when the lid closes, it'll be as flush as possible. I'm happy. All I need to do now is make sure I trim these bolts so the lid goes over them. And that's it. I've got all of them. And now it's time to put the little handle and see if it actually works. Because, to be honest, I'm quite pleased with this. Now, after I've put it on, you can actually see this is a little lever that's going to act. And it actually seems quite stable, doesn't move around. Before, when that side was broken, obviously, when you tried to push the rod, the whole mechanism would move and it wouldn't disengage the catch. But now it's very firm in its position and you can actually move it. So once I fix the hinges, I'll show you if it works when I put the lid on. Till then, and this is the end result. Once you got the hinges done, choose your bolts and nuts and whatever fixings you want to use. And then look at that, works exactly as Mr. Honda himself intended it. Nothing fancy, nothing out of the ordinary. I think I've spent maybe £10 on materials and I don't know, 2 hours work. Then all you have to do is just use it as it's been intended. There you go.